who's out there already. Tim from Ski Rex Media. Almost forgot what I was going to say there. Let's see what we got here. We got a couple people in here, it looks like. I think I'm one of them. If you are here and you can, check in. Let me know you're here. If you're a chatter, if you're in the chat. Pardon me cracking my can. I'm going to need a drink too. Liquid Death sparkling water tonight. I'll let a few more people in here before we get really started into, just talking about the season like we've been doing, talking about, whatever, as long as it doesn't have to necessarily be, related to snow sports, but it would probably help if it was. So we'll just wait for people to pop in. They should have all seen on social media all the not many, but definitely the links and the announcements and stuff like that to come on and watch the live broadcast. This Liquid Death sparkling water is really good, by the way. It's just water, plain water with bubbles. Just not a lot of bubbles, and that's the best part. How we doing on this Saturday night, this fine October Saturday, the first Saturday in October, which will be the season finale of the Ski Rex Media live stream and virtual après party. And it's for a couple reasons I figured this out, or I think this will work as a good time to be to close out the season, really, to call it a season. We had the season break between seasons 1 and 2 for the podcast in the middle of summer there, so I could change a few things, do a few things, and now we're gonna do this. And like I said, anyway, this was only going to run until the season started, and my season starts on the 24th. So the season's almost starting, man. We're almost ready. So I'm definitely going to bring this one to a close, the après party to a close, and then we'll pick it back up in the spring. And we'll see if we can have a good time with that in the off season. Maybe we'll take it on the road. There's some traveling I would like to do during the old summer, or next summer, I should say. So welcome to concurrent viewers, and I believe I am one of them. So whoever the other person is, right now you're getting your very own personal show. Isn't that something? Do you know what you have to pay people on other websites for that? I won't mention any of those websites, but yeah, sometimes you gotta throw them some money to be able to have a private show. Everyone will be here soon, I think, or at least somebody will be. At least I hope they will be. Alyssa said she's going to try and make it back in tonight. It'll be the first time in a while that she has been part of the live stream and virtual après party. Was also out there doing the old hashtag SRM walking billboard out there on social media, showing off a little bit of the gear, and responded to another one of my bits on Instagram. Follow Ski Rex Media on Instagram. As you can see from the hashtag shameless plug bar right below me. On this side, we have all the social media tags, handles, names, whatever. Pick your favorite of the big three. Check that out. And then on the other side is obviously the merch and the Patreon. I do believe I put those links in the description already. I actually got myself a setup ahead of time. So check those out if you like the program and want to support the program a little bit. Throw in, just to see. Just to see. There are people on the Patreon throwing a little monetary support to the program. So if you'd like to be one of them, as you can see, they're always shouted out at the end of every episode of this and on the podcast as well. Names are in the credits, and there's also the golden plaque wall, the wall of fame, or the web page of fame on skirexmedia.com, and you can check that out as well. Let me tell you something, man. It's getting cold. It's getting chilly out there. Not that I'm surprised it's October, but it got warm again for a couple days. We talked about this last week, how that the warm spell came around, and then the cold. The cold came first, and then all of a sudden a warm spell hit, and then it got cold again, which is very awesome. And I'm ready for it. I mean, it's killed foliage. Absolutely. And I don't mean that in the sense that it's killing trees or it's killing plants or it's killing grass. But, the foliage viewing season here in Vermont, it's a big deal in the fall. Even now, I bet. Even in the days of COVID-19, I bet it's a big deal. And people come to see the leaves change and they get all the colors and it's bright and there's orange and red and different greens and yellows and things. And I think it's also rained, and the rain will take those leaves right down if it's hard enough, as some of you may know, or you may know other person. Man, and the foliage, they try to guess peak. They can never guess when it's actually going to happen. Oh, there's our foliage forecast, but there it is. Foliage is already peaked down here. What do you say, Trav? How you doing? You might be the only person. Has that been you the whole time? Because, I could just call you and we could do this bullshit in that way, man. We can BS on the phone. Yeah, foliage is shot, man. Foliage is already peaked and done. The weather did it. I hope everybody who saw it, it's all good. And yes. So it's just the two of us, man. So what are you doing tonight, man? Where is everybody? I sent that text out to try and get some people. I don't know where everybody is. Also, one of the reasons I'm thinking about closing this down, I might as well talk to like there's a ton of people in case anybody watches the replay. But this is why. As people have been able to do more, our viewership has gone less, and competing with Saturday night is not an easy thing to do, especially when you have a platform that isn't known for its live streams. Like the podcast, for instance, it gets some downloads, not a lot, not a huge amount, but it's definitely in the double digits now. And I think that might be total across the platforms. I don't know if I have to go back and figure that out, but yeah, man, but this doesn't always get it. But this was good. This was just a lockdown, quarantine, stay-at-home order bit. That's what this was. This was to keep busy. This was to, have something to do on Saturday nights. And now people can do things on Saturday nights again, including me. I've had to skip a couple weeks, because I was somewhere with Travis. Pretty much it. And Trey Surf Dragon there. And, so with the viewership going down, it's a good time to end it. It's the 22nd virtual opera party, and think about sitcoms mostly, but television programs in general run, well, it depends. Sitcoms run 22 to 24. The more dramatic hour-long series run 24 to 26. Streaming services run 10 to 12 or 13 episodes a season. So 22, I'm like a sitcom. Yeah, we try to talk for an hour, but I'm more like a sitcom. So my life is like a sitcom sometimes, I think. It's a little goofy, but whatever. So 22 will work. Plus 22 is also my lucky number. So it's a good place to call it for the year. And like I said, if we do this, the next weekend I'm not going to be in the old HQ. Next weekend I'm going to be down with Travis and his sisters. At least one or two of them. And then the following week is another night down there. And then the week after that is big snow, and then the week after that is Halloween. It's a good time to bring the virtual opera party to a close and let everybody get through their fall and start the winter and get out there for the season and start planning their trips. And I know people have already started to plan their trips. I know this. People are already, pardon me there, I'm trying to get rid of shit on my screen. People are already planning trips. I've heard them talking, trying to book the holidays. For those Epic and Icon users who have to make reservations in advance dependent upon the mountain and the pass that you are using. I'm already trying to get the holidays booked, trying to get some of the weekend days booked. I'm probably going to change all of Ski Rex Media's schedule around so I can ski probably Sunday and Monday on the old Indy Pass, maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. I'm thinking about changing a lot on Ski Rex Media. A lot of different format changes here. Maybe focus more on the video and the audio production and instead of the written work, instead of trying to do it all. Or if I come to find out the written stuff is more popular, then I'll focus on that and move away from the video and audio segments, the podcast and whatnot, and this. Although there is the one video project. There's a couple video projects I want to do for the winter. So, and Travis, I hope you're going to be part of a couple of them. I got a few plans. I got a few things. Plus, while I'm writing news stories, trying to do the journalist thing and whatnot, I can't write my other stuff. Do a few of the other written projects I'd like to do for Ski Rex Media, and I'd like to be able to get those done. I really would. So I might be changing a few things here and there, but it's a good time to do it as we're rolling into the season. You know, the podcast doesn't have to change. That comes out once a week. It's fine. Just got to sometimes do a little research, maybe prep for an interview or something, because I got a few I'm going to try and get hooked up in the coming weeks, you know. So we'll see where it goes, man. I don't really know where it's going to go. But I have plans, and one of them's got to work, you know. I think my social media presence is okay. You know, the name's driven. You know, there's over 300 followers on each of the big three. So, and there's not a lot of crossovers on there. So that could be anywhere from, you know, a couple hundred to a few hundred total or more. You know, I got a few things. Plus, you know, I figure if I'm talking about skiing, snowboarding, snow sports as a whole, I should probably be out there doing them, which is what this whole thing is about. Man, it's just going to be me and you tonight, Trav. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be something. There's nobody watching. The season finale might end up running really short, but we're going to keep babbling here and keep clearing this damn pop-up. Get out of here. Keep clearing that and see if we can't wait and see if anybody else will come in. Because last week it was just you and Scooter, man, and now it's just you and me, which is the way it usually ends up, I think. You know, throughout our lives, it comes down to you and me anyway. But that's fine too. There really was no topic for tonight because it was the season finale. We're just going to talk about how this was a good time, you know, wrap it up. Like, you know, doing the virtual opera, us against the world. Yeah, I know. Tupac. Just me against the world. Wait, he said me, didn't he? He didn't say us. He said me. All right, never mind the Tupac reference. I blew that. Excuse me. Oh, oh, excuse me. Who drowns on water? Now, you could say, Tim, that's really stupid. Yeah, in a pool, in the ocean, in a lake, whatever. Who drowns while drinking water out of a can? Bad boys for life. I'm saying. Well, not that movie. Wasn't that the name of the third movie that didn't do so well? Because it probably wasn't the best. I don't know. I haven't watched it, and I don't think I will. I don't know if I want to. I will eventually. Let's be honest. I will eventually, right? Yeah, we'll keep going, man. We'll keep going. We'll go till 8:30. See if anybody else shows up. Or maybe I'll take it for the full hour, and then maybe someone will watch the replay. I'm kind of surprised. It's not like I didn't put out the word that it was on and threw up links and everything. Like, that's surprising. Like, maybe Rob has to work, and I understand that. Scooter might be out, you know, in the woods somewhere down there in Pennsylvania. Who knows, man? I know Alyssa's hanging out with some friends, but she said she was going to try and make it on for a little bit. Bridget hasn't watched in weeks. I know that. This really took a dive as the summer was coming to an end, which again is exactly what I expected. Especially, like, let's be honest. Like I said, this was a way to keep busy. Throughout the COVID-19 summer. If there wasn't a COVID-19 summer, I probably would never have started doing the live stream, number one. But number two, I would never have done it on a Saturday because everybody and their mother would have been out on a Saturday, myself included. Let's be honest. In fact, I think it's going to make more sense as we take Ski Rex Media through the skiing and snowboarding season. I think it's going to make more sense for the virtual opera party to be on like a Thursday at 8. Yeah, I have to compete with real TV and streaming services and everything like that, but it's going to be more likely that people are going to be like, I'm just going to sit down and chill out to this for the night. So that might happen next year. That's where the live stream and virtual opera party are going to go. And why not do a virtual opera party on a Thursday, Real opera, man, people are going to be drinking and smoking and other things. And I think that all of that, like just doing it on a Saturday, especially by next spring, when hopefully all the restrictions are gone or mostly gone, and we're able to get out and do more, in more places. Some places you can do a lot, some places you can't. As the yeah, right. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. As we can get out and do more, we're not going to need. I'm not going to be able to compete with Saturday night. People are going to be out on Saturday nights. And no one should probably do that. Like, even like professionals would never try to compete with Saturday night. Because in the end, people want to have their fun too. Like, think about it. Would The Simpsons have done as well if it wasn't on Sunday night? When it didn't have to compete against anything? Not saying it was a bad show for a very long time, but would it have gone 30 plus years if it had to go up against, if it had to compete? Not to say it wouldn't win that competition, but if it just had to compete. You see it all the time in, television. Like, the networks have to move this show to here, that show to there. That's the brilliance of the streaming networks, Netflix, Hulu. They just put their shit up and it's ready to go. And it's very ballsy for like Disney Plus and Disney, the mouse. Ugh, nobody likes them. If you weren't able to check out the South Park pandemic special, it's on the Comedy Central website. Mickey Mouse returns, and they do talk about when he and Randy Marsh were in China, and man, they slapped the mouse all over the place in that one. It's something else. It's something to behold. An hour-long South Park special, something to behold. It was hysterical. I laughed so hard. But, someone else just popped in. Look at that. Welcome to the third person who's watching the Ski Rex Media live stream and virtual opera party number 2, the virtual opera party season finale, in which we're talking about why it went out, what happens, what's going to happen for the winter, and what's going to happen for next season on the old virtual opera party. You know what I was thinking? I'm going to tell you, I was kind of thinking, and it's Bridget, whom I just said has not watched in a while, and here she is. So there you go. All right, so now it's just the three of us. It's fine being late. There's nothing wrong with being late. Unless, that's a naughty joke, and this is a family show. I'll keep that one to myself. No, you're not that late, man, because it's just me and Trav. It's just me, Trav, and now it's me, Travis, and you. Again, that's how it ends up a lot in life anyway. So it kind of figures that if we're going to have a season finale of the virtual opera party, then it might as well be the three of us, and we'll see if more heads keep coming in. So as I was saying, man, I'm not going to try and compete with Saturdays next year, because next year it's likely there won't be the restrictions, there won't be the closures, there won't be, capacity, anything on anywhere, and everybody be open and everybody will be able to go out and play on Saturday nights, just like we're going to play on next Saturday night. I got D&D Tice today, so stoked. She's ready to go. I'm not ready to go. I failed miserably playing D&D. This is just the three of us. We're going to talk table talk for a little while tonight on the Ski Rex Media live stream and virtual opera party. But it kind of makes sense, because here we are. We're getting ready to play in 2 weeks. Tabletop gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, nerding it up. And that's a function of why I don't want to compete with Saturdays next year on the live stream and virtual opera party, because people have shit to do, whether they're going to real parties or to the bars or restaurants or dates or the movies or playing tabletop games or sports or this or that. Screw it. We're doing it on Thursdays next spring. Doing it on Thursdays at 8. And then people could pick regular network television or or streaming television, and then, or they can watch me, and that's fine. If it wasn't for the interaction, if it really wasn't for the interaction, if I didn't interact with the live chat over here, I could easily fake it. I could easily just go off talking for an hour. I could edit in the test pattern, all this other shit, upload it. No one would even notice, I bet. Then again, actually they might. I don't know. If it weren't for the interaction, if I never interacted, then I could easily do it. Not that I would, because that's just silly. Actually, I might do it as a bit sometime. That might be fun. Just do something goofy, but it wouldn't be a whole hour program. It'd be like 10 minutes just for the fun of it. Don't be a hack. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be a hack for real. To do the bit, yeah, it's kind of a hacky, silly bit, but again, it wouldn't be a full program. Like, I would set that up for a 10 or 15 minute thing. Let it go. But to do it and make it funny, I think I would definitely need help. Like, I would need plants. Like, a couple people whom I knew were going to be there, who had nothing better to do, who could interact back. A Project Melody, if you will. No, she's actually live, but, Or Gundam. That's what I need. I need the digital avatar. I don't know how to do that, but could you imagine having... Dude, this might be fun sometimes. I don't know. I think this would be hacky to do all the time. But what if the virtual opera party next season had a real, honest to goodness, digital 3D Ski Rex character with maybe one or two of the Rexies walking in and out, doing stupid shit, doing bits? There's something there. I don't know if it would be a good something. Like, I don't know if it would be funny, but to do things like, the It's a Gundam YouTube channel, he's got the digital character that speaks and he controls its emotions or emoticons and shit like this. And then there's the Project Melody for those who know what that is. And that's probably something I shouldn't talk about openly, though. There's no kids watching today. There's 3 people watching today, or 2 people. I'm always the 3rd one, or the 4th one, or the 5th one. I'm always the last one. It's whatever number I see minus 1. But could you imagine having a digital Ski Rex just hanging out, talking to people? Like, that could be fun. But I don't know. It kind of feels like a hacky bit, too. It feels kind of stupid. It's better if I do it myself. I don't know. I really don't know. But there's promise in it. There's something to be done with that. I don't know what it is. I have to figure out how to do it. Like Max Headroom. Yeah! Exactly like Max Headroom. Except Max Headroom wasn't a digital character. That was a real guy in makeup. A lot of people don't know that. Max Headroom was a guy in front of a green screen, which I didn't even know until this year. Max Headroom is 30 years old. But yeah, he was a guy in front of a green screen. But similar thing could be done. A sock puppet. Yeah, sock puppet's silly. That would be Actually, no. Sock puppet or Max Headroom style or other ways to do it. There's something there. There is a bit there. I can feel it. I don't know if it's a good one, but there could be something. Or it could do the bit with the with the lips, where you just do the lips on top of the picture. Who did that? Was that Conan's big thing? I'm Mr. Sacco. Not doing Sacco. This isn't the Mankind show. Not doing that. All right, maybe I would do that. I would probably do that. Who am I kidding? I honestly don't know, though. But yeah, that's one of the ideas, man. Next year, man, I don't know. We might not even do the virtual opera party next year. It might be just this year, and that's it, because we won't need it. Or do it on like a Thursday, or could do it do it on like a Monday. That'll throw everybody off. Just get the inflatable T-Rex outfit and throw down. I've thought about that too, because I've really wanted one of those, but they're so big. Like, I would definitely need a bigger room to do it in, to do that. and some of the plans I have to move the Ski Rex Media Studio. Say I do a bus build. We talk about bus builds for anybody who's watching the replay of this. We talk about bus builds and van builds on Ski Rex Media and travel, road trip travel. We talk about that. And if I did the bus build, I would love to put the Ski Rex Media mobile studio in the back of the bus because it has its own door. That's what the door, build it into a school bus, and that's what the old emergency door would be. And I want to put that studio back there because I don't need a lot of room if it's just me. I need just enough for the camera, which is pretty wide angle, this camera anyway, and I just need enough room for me and the microphone, which this might get changed too because I see it and it takes up most of the screen. Isn't that something? Like, what do you think about the arm here? And if I put it over by the camera, it's going to be even more in the way. It's not bad, and you see them in professionals. Professionals have a rig like this. But there's a better way to get one down low or off to the side that's not in the camera. Just changes. Just want to do changes. Lots of little changes and roll them out as I test them and make them work. But the inflatable T-Rex outfit would be way too big, even for in here and for the mobile studio. Who knows? By the way, both of y'all hit the like button if you could, please. I'd appreciate that. Pump up my confidence a little bit. So, in a few weeks, we're going down to New Jersey to take on the mighty Big Snow American Dream. We're going to go down there. I'm going to drive down. And it's kind of bogus because I forgot that was the East Coast ski. There's Rob too. Yay. Now we're getting somewhere. More people showing up. More people. I like that. Except there's the fourth one. There's the counter. Hi, Rob. How you doing? What are you up to this evening? It's just been me and Bridget and Travis talking. Sorry it was working. Boom, I got that right. I knew you were. Again, I know these things. I know some things. I know where my audience is sometimes. And Scoot's camping. God damn, it's like I know you people for real. It's like I can reach through the camera and touch your face and say, I know you. That was weird, wasn't it? For those watching the replay, I'm not really that weird. Anyway. So me and Trav are heading down to New Jersey to hit the old Big Snow on October 24th. We'll talk about this as part of the virtual opera. No touchy. Nope, I only touch one person right now. Just saying. I'm not that weird, dude. I'm fine. I am okay. But Travis and I are heading down to New Jersey. And again, that's why this is also the season finale. Saturdays are happening. If Trav, one of the unofficial members of Ski Rex Media, is doing bits with me, we have to do them on Saturdays. That's his schedule. So we need our Saturdays back. You folks need your Saturdays back. And we're taking a Saturday, driving down to Big Snow at the Meadowlands in New Jersey, at American Dream in North Jersey. And we're doing it on the 24th because I forgot about the East Coast camping trip in Pennsylvania on the 24th. And I don't think we can do both. We don't know yet. But we're going to go shred and rip up and tear up. And we're not going to do any of those things. It's going to be a lot of rust shaking off. It's going to be a lot of me being a chicken. And it's going to be a lot of Trav's encouragement. But you know what? Another person we know is going to be there, and I know damn well he hasn't snowboarded in a while either, so it's going to be ugly. Honestly, rather be a Big Snow. I mean, we're on the 2:15, man. I don't know if there's any slots left, but I think it's an hour and a half or so from Alpine there. Could they Scoot's not here? I won't tell him. He knows. He knows anyway. He knows. He knows where you'd rather be. Let's be honest, dude. How many times would you be going there right now? Since you've already been a couple and are going to go again, how many times would you be there if that place had a season pass? Which I'm surprised it doesn't. Like, that is very surprising. Yeah, you've been there 4 times already. See, you hold the record. If they had a season pass, would you have been there more already? Because it's not terribly far from your area. Every day off. Yeah, man. And I'm sure I'll be back down there at least once before the season is, because I got to work it out, man. Got to work it out. Got to get, break free the joints and get that shake the rust off, as they say. Get back into it. See how ugly my an hour and a half. Yeah, because we had to travel, because we would go to your area all the time. Like I said, we would, me and my one friend would go to Longwood Gardens a bunch. So it would take us almost 3 hours to get there, because we were an hour beyond that, out into, we lived on the shore. Well, not on the shore, but close enough, close to the shore. So it took us a while with traffic to get out there. Plus, that wasn't always the only place we were going. We've driven all over Pennsylvania, from the Gettysburg and, everywhere else, along that corridor, on Route 30, I think it is. And, so we've been out there, and, but anyway, the point was, seasons past, he'd be out there all the time. I wouldn't mind picking it up. I think we're going to enjoy it. I know Trav will enjoy it. I know I'll like it. Mike, I don't know if he'll like it. He didn't even know where it was. That's right. Should I tell this story? Well, I was talking to a friend of ours from New Jersey. I said, hey, we're going. If you want to go, this is the day. And he thought I was talking about a place in Washington State. And I was like, dude, I ain't got no need. I was like, I'm not going to the PNW right now. I'm not a flyer. I'm not flying out there. Can't do it. Here's the one thing I need to know about big snow. Goggles or no goggles? Because it is indoors, but you're still moving. But do you really need them? But I'm sure it's too dim to just wear sunglasses, which I would prefer without the wind and stuff. But it is still cold. Because it is 28 degrees, no goggles. All right, see, there you go. Like, I'll try it out. Like I'm gonna take your advice on the clothes to wear. I'm not putting on jackets and shit. Like, my shit's still dirty. Let's be honest. I have not gotten my jackets out, my pants out, my base layers. I have not gotten them out of storage yet and put them through the wash, which needs to happen. Not that I'm dry cleaning or anything fancy. I just need to wash them because they've been in space bags. And you would say, well, if they're in space bags, do they really need to be washed? I was like, probably not, but I'd like to, just in case. Just to make myself presentable. You never know. There might be a reason. It's warmer there, no wind. You'll be surprised. Nice dry air. I like the dry air. I like the dry air even in the heat. I like the dry heat. People talk about that. It's a dry heat. Yeah, I know. I like it. I love the dry heat. I love the desert. Out there in the high deserts of New Mexico, they just lost some of their bus service up to the one mountain out there. And that's something. It's a damn shame. Ain't nobody gonna have bus service up to the ski mountains. They won't need them anyway with all the capacity limitations, and everything. They won't need them anyway this year. But Tim from Ski Rex Media does suggest, when you can, take the bus, man. Just take the bus. Why deal with the parking and the bullshit? I hate the parking. I hate it all. I do. I hate the traffic on the mountain if it's a big mountain. I guess I don't mind, because I'll drive into the mountain. I'm going to be driving into almost all of them this year, since they're all independent mountains that in little teeny towns in the middle of nowhere, they don't have bus service. But that's going to be fun. Indy Pass just added a second mountain in New York. Their 56th mountain is also in upstate New York. It's about 7 hours away from here, I think I figured out. So got to try and add that one in now. Probably going to have to do that one and Greek Peak on the same weekend or the same couple days and do a hotel stay, which might be kind of gross. I don't know. See, here's the thing. I'm thinking about all these places I can go. And I don't think car camping would be prudent in the winter. But yeah, I don't know about the hotel stay either. It feels dirty to me. But I know people who've done it who are still COVID negative. Or at least they're not showing symptoms of it if they got it. So I might be doing that for a day or two, heading out to upstate New York, doing some long trips. That's all right. I'm going to start. You know what I'm going to do coming up? One of the things I'm going to be filming here now that the opera party is over, and if I have some, excuse me, with oh, there you go, stayed in hotels, no shady ones yet. Yeah, I'm not doing shady hotels. I haven't done a shady hotel in a very long time, and I can't. I can't do it anymore, man. I've snobbed up. I'm a super travel snob when it comes to when it comes to like hotels and stuff, man. I stay in one chain, maybe two. They're usually 99% of the time they're fine and clean and decent. And I'm not saying I'm super rich and looking for the fancy 5-star resorts, but it's definitely gonna have the Hilton name attached to it. What do we got here? Staying in the Poconos next week. Some of those places are nice, though. I stayed in one of the Poconos. It's leaf peeping. How's it looking down there, the leaves? It's about done up here. All that's about done up here, man. Leaf peeping. Typically, when dudes go leaf peeping, that means they got some chick that's going with them. Is that true? That's fine. Like, I don't mind, Just starting down there. Oh, that's weird because it's already peaked and it's about done up here. We were saying, yup. It's like I know everything. I don't. I'm just a gambling man, and I tend to bet well sometimes, and other times I bet like shit. There's a lot of times I bet like shit, actually. Hopefully, next weekend, if all goes well, will also be the big return. Like this 2020, the 2020-2021 ski season will be the Ski Rex Media, the grand return to the stage for Tim for Ski Rex Media. Be skiing on mountain, doing it in snow, inside and out. But I've heard this, and this better be real because it got my hopes up. Next weekend, we might be returning to a casino, and it'll be the grand return to the casinos for Tim from Ski Rex Media and my right hand casino friend Bridget here, who's in the chat, and we're gonna see what we can do about that. Who knows? I don't know. It was put out there. I don't know if it's actually happening. I don't ever know what's happening from day to day. I just ask people, where should I meet you? And they tell me, and then I'm along for the ride. Because that's what I like to do. Sometimes, there's a lot of times I need to plan the ride. Like, if it's a long road trip, I do birthday gambling next weekend. Ski Rex Media, we talk about gambling. And Ski Rex Media I have said that the Ski Rex Media Mountain Resort will absolutely have a casino at the base lodge. Maybe a small one in the base lodge, maybe a full casino next to the base lodge. It will have a casino because I enjoy casinos. I enjoy gambling. Bridget loves gambling now. Has for a year or two. And the fact is, I think we've spent just about, let's see, since I've been back. I got back in 2017. My birthday had already come and gone. But I think I was in a casino around my birthday that year. In 2018, we didn't. In 2019, everybody's birthday was in a casino at some point, except for Travis's. My birthdays, man, you know what? Since I've been an adult, you know how many birthdays I've spent in casinos? I have spent birthdays in Atlantic City. I have spent birthdays in Las Vegas. I have spent birthdays in Connecticut at those. Man, I am a casino junkie, but I am not a gambling addict, and that is a good thing. I do have my addictions, but gambling is not one of them. I just enjoy it. Gotta roll. Take it easy. Oh, and Rob's out already. He's out already. Did I bore you or are you working? I thought you meant you got out of work. I didn't think you were sneaking a view when you should have been working. Naughty, naughty. Ski Rex Media does not promote. I knew you were working. See, I'm telling you, I know things. I am a creeper. Ski Rex Media does not promote slacking off at work nor calling out to hit a powder day. But what you do is what you do, and I just want to see pictures when you do it. That's all. Nothing fancy. Take it easy, Rob. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping by. It's almost like he was a special surprise guest for the season finale, and that's something. We're going to keep going for a little while longer and see if we can get another one. We know Scoot's out there in the woods camping, which he does. A lot of other folks doing whatever. Peace out, bruh. We call those mental health days. We don't. That's offensive. You can't say that shit anymore, man. What's wrong with you? Gotta be careful with what you say. I don't care. Nope. I say call it like it is. I'm getting out and getting some sunshine or whatever it may be. Not that I did it much at Target, but I know in school I did it. Man, I should have been in school more often, that's for sure. But I wasn't. Whatever. That's okay. That was a long time ago. All right. So now, yes. So, excuse me. Great. We're seeing me start into the COVID 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead of our trip down there, and a week ahead of going here, and 2 weeks till, a week from Bridget's birthday, 2 weeks from D&D, 3 weeks from a big snow, and 4 weeks from Halloween, and I'm going to get it now, just like the president. Awesome. It's bullshit. My can's empty now, but that's all right. I got a bottle. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the trip to New Jersey. Haven't been to New Jersey in a while. Definitely interested in going to a Wawa. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I love Wawa. I didn't think it was going to be a big part of the trip, though. And you know, it makes me think. Big Snow American Dream and the American Dream Mall complex itself. I don't know what they have in there. It will be open when we're there. I don't think we're going to go walking around it, though. I think it, might be just easier for us to go in, do our session, and get out. Hit a Wawa up, and then head back on the highway. Not a big deal, right? Pretty easy. Pretty simple. Why is there no Wawa in the mall? At least right next to the ski slope. That would clean house. And it's not often you'd see a place like that in a mall, but I think it would clean house. I think Wawa would clean up at the base of any ski hill anywhere ever. Like, I really do. We're going to use this for a clip. Let me write this down here. What time we got? 57 minutes. Wawa. I think Wawa would clean house at the bottom of any ski hill. Think about it. Think of how much better it would be to have a Wawa at the bottom of the road at Stratton than that dumb 7-Eleven or that one up by, and people love 7-Eleven, don't get me wrong, or that one up on Route 100 in Dover by Mount Snow. All that stuff, not good enough. Let's put in a Wawa. Would you see one this far north? I don't know. I really don't know. But they do have a couple in Florida. So, it's a possibility. But I don't have the capital resources. Capital resources? That's not right at all. I don't have the capital to get into a franchise currently. Nor does Ski Rex Media. So it is a pipe dream, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that part of it too. I'm looking forward to part of it to getting inside, skiing that place, and then I'm looking forward to getting a Wawa sandwich, and because I'll have burned calories, so I can take in a few more calories. Plus intermittent fasting, I'll still be well within my eating time periods. I've actually figured out how to do that a lot better. I think I got it timed out better. Anyway, yeah, Wawa, head into American Dream. That would be good. Right next to Big Snow. And that way, anytime I'm in there, because I plan on going to that place a few times. $35, 2-hour session. Yeah, it's a 6-hour drive. No, 5.5-hour drive from here. Maybe closer to 6. I forget, but that's not terrible. Would be quicker if trying to get through the city on the George Washington Bridge was, easier, but it's not. It just isn't. And that's okay too. It'll be fun. And I'm looking forward to it. And the season will start then, and then I plan more road trips. Like I said, I'm planning on hitting Greek Peak and Swain Mountain in New York now that Swain's been added out there on the Indy Pass. Shoot out there for a day or two and stay in dirty hotels, even the clean hotels are dirty and diseased and what? Not really. They're not really. I'm just being hypochondriac. I'm just being hypochondriac and germaphobe and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll see if we can get that done. And like I said, I want to take the ride down to Tennessee and North Carolina and maybe stop in Virginia. I don't know. Definitely want to get to Virginia next summer. We'll go down and do Plastic Hill down there at Snowflex. All kinds of stuff. Did you hear? I don't know. I see that Ski Rex Media written pieces, daily written news stories, daily written content, that they get looks. Some of them get a bunch, some of them get not so much, 50 to 100 looks a day. Not each total, 50 to 100 looks a day, which is much better than I was doing. It's growth and whatnot. But one in particular, there's going to be, the way I understand it, in Dade City, Florida, an outdoor tubing park, as in snow tubing. They have some kind of technology or witchcraft or something that's going to allow them, just like an hour or so north of Tampa, to have outdoor tubing runs in Florida. I think it is too, real snow. Like, they're going to have a little place they call the Snow Dome. That way they can have little kids go in there and do a little bit of sledding and build snowmen and igloos and have snowball fights and shit like this. But this place, it says it has a tubing park outside, so I assumed, all right, well, it's Plastic Hill. That's fine. That's kind of cool. Good for them. But I think it's real snow. I don't know how you would do that. It's not enclosed like Big Snow. It's open, at least from the artist renderings, and it's supposed to open next month. I'm definitely going to be writing to them and see if I can't get someone who works in that joint to talk on the Ski Rex Media podcast and say, what the fuck are you doing to be able to do that? Like, how does that work? I don't understand how that works. Because if that kind of technology exists, then shit, we should put it into use for other things. But then if that kind of technology exists, what does that mean for the world? I don't know. It's probably not the most environmentally sound technology in the world, I would imagine. I have no idea, to be honest. But hey, we'll see. I don't know. I definitely want to talk to them about that. So stay tuned to the recorded Ski Rex Media podcast, which will be continuing through the winter as of right now. Itchy nose. The Ski Rex Media recorded podcast will be continuing through the winter, along with the ride home recaps of the different ski trips. I think you and me, Trav, we're going to do the first one together in the car on the way home from Big Snow. So that'll be fun. That'll be something. We can do that. And then I'll be doing them likely by myself when I'm doing the other places. Although I've already been offered a skiing, someone said, hey, I'll take runs with you when you come down to Berkshire East down there in Massachusetts. I said, okay, I'll take runs with whomever, man, as long as I don't get infected. I don't care. I'll be skiing with people. There might be people showing up on my social media feeds to kind of grow that area, because the more I grow that means it'll also grow this and the written side. And then while those grow, people see that like, oh, I can follow this. And it's just a big circle of growth and making money. And that's, in the end, what we're trying to do with this is make money. Also look for that bit. We're going to do a sponsorship bit. It's a bit that's been done. Like, it's far from original. The only reason I'm not calling it a hack bit is because I know it has like a 1 to 3% success rate of returned messages. Basically just writing to different companies at random saying, hey, I'm looking to sell ad time, sponsor time, just like you see on television. Those commercials are sponsors. And, they say that tonight's episode of blah, blah, blah is sponsored by, X, Y, and Z. And, I'm going to do that too. And there's a bit where you just go in 100 people, 100 different whatever, send them messages, see what your return is. And everybody knows the return isn't high, but there might be a bit there. So I'm going to give it that a swing. And you never know, might get something out of it and start making some real money, getting some corporate money. Not that I'm a big fan of the corporate world. I'm not. I hated working in corporate retail. I did at the end. At the beginning, I didn't mind. At the end, I minded. And I started to mind. And, I'll take their money, man. I'll take that money. Get money. I don't care about the other part of that. Get money. Don't need the other part of that. So that's that. That's the plan. Ski Rex Media will continue to grow as it has, especially since we're going to be doing another giveaway. We're going to be doing a few more giveaways. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to join in. It's not easy for you to do, Trav, because you're not on social media, but I know Bridget is on at least the one. And, be doing a couple more. I think we're going to do 1 or 2 more merch giveaways. Going to try anyway. While most people are not having problems with Ski Rex Media merch, there was one big problem. It was big enough where I was like, yeah, it might be time to find another way to do that. And I did find a way, but I might need to wait a little bit so I have a little bit of cash in the bank to make sure it can go. Like, I don't need a lot of capital up front, but I might need something to do that. So look out for new merch coming during the season anyway. Maybe from a whole new supplier, and might have cool different designs and scaled down too. The more I look at my merch shop, it's like, God, there's like 100,000 things on there. And you could say, well, if you have 100 different products per design, like the logo you can get on t-shirts of different types, sweatshirts of different types, hoodies of different types, phone cases, shower curtains, bags, all this stuff. You say, well, if you have it all there, that's so many more people. I'm like, yeah, but people aren't looking for all that stuff. People are typically looking for t-shirts and hats. That's what they're looking for. Sometimes joggers and hoodies or sweatshirts. So gonna see a scaled down merch shop. It's a whole thing. Right now, one of the reasons I'm trying to scale down what I'm doing per week is because of all the different things I want to do to promote the growth. And then to scale down some things. Like I said, scale down the merch shop. Scale down the written content, maybe, or scale down the video content, maybe, or the audio content, maybe. Figure out what really works, get it out there, push it, and it would be a lot easier to do that if I don't have to prepare the podcast, the live stream. Plus, like I said, everybody wants their Saturdays back. The written pieces, doing it all, then working the goddamn social media, all that shit. Ski Rex Media, the company, is going to work. I just need to figure out the exact direction because it's working now, but it's going to really work here soon. But anyway, that's behind the scenes, internal bullshit that no one really cares about. Well, you guys might care about it, but anybody else who's watching the replay probably doesn't care about it. So the virtual opera party and season finale is here, and we will pick it back up in the spring for a new virtual opera party season 2, which will probably be the season break for the recorded podcast, because that's sometimes a little bit more difficult than even this. You could say, Tim, it must be hard to talk for an hour. It is, but sometimes trying to figure out what's interesting and write it all up and do the research is a bigger pain in the ass than just coming on and saying, hey, what do you think? Someone posts something out and then just riffing. Like, it's must eat it. Alyssa made it. Well, thanks, Alyssa. We're taking off right now. Thank you for watching the Ski Rex Media live stream. No, I'm kidding. We have a few more minutes and we can keep talking. So Alyssa is here for the first time in a while, and Bridget is in here for the first time in a while. For the first time ever, I think for the first time ever, women have outnumbered men in the Ski Rex Media audience for the live stream. So there you go on that. Tonight was a milestone. A milestone, the season finale of the Ski Rex Media virtual opera party and live stream. For the first time ever, women outnumbered men in the audience. Oops, I think I just broke my pen. I did not. And I think this will make for a good clip too, so we're going to write that one down. Take some notes. Girl power moment. Kind of like the Marvel one, but better. All right, so there you go. Ladies, thank you for breaking up the sausage party that the Ski Rex Media live stream and virtual opera party is. The virtual opera sausage party has finally come to an end. And there you go. This was the season. This is the season finale, yes. Since you're here, and in case you want to go back and watch the entire replay, but you don't have to. I can sum it up. A couple of reasons. One, everybody wants their Saturdays back, which is good as restrictions lighten up. I don't know how it is down by your area, if you can do more. I know you can do more up here and in other places. So as people want their Saturdays back, it's going to be hard for me to compete with that. Plus, I'm going to need Saturdays back, not just for Ski Rex Media, but for my personal life. As we said, it's Bridget's birthday next weekend, so I'll be there for that, plus D&D night, plus Big Snow is on a Saturday, and there's no way I will make it back in time to do this at 8 o'clock. And doing it from the road, doing a live stream from the road might not be the easiest thing in the world to do for the equipment I have, but I can do the recorded show because that's different. And then 22 is, sitcoms do 22 episodes a season. So this is this 22nd virtual opera party. So we're having the old season finale, and 22 is my lucky number anyway. So between the lucky number, the 22 episodes, people wanting their Saturdays back, me not wanting to compete with that, and then me could probably use some Saturdays not just for business but for pleasure. We'll pick this up again next season. And like in the spring, when the season is over and we're all done, at least here in the East, done skiing and snowboarding and snowmobiling and skating. Something I've been looking at the last night, I ended up in, we all know about the YouTube rabbit holes. We really do. And the YouTube rabbit holes, last night I fell down one that took me into the world of Nordic skating. Nordic skating, ice skating in a Nordic style. Not just getting out on the ice rink and going around in circles, or getting out your hockey skates and your hockey sticks and your hockey pads, or, anything like that. But people who get out and do like miles, kind of like Nordic skiing, cross-country skiing. And I found this because there's a place not far from here at Lake Morey in Vermont that has a Nordic skating track, like a 4.5 mile track out on just regular ice. And that's what a lot of people do. They just get out there on rivers and streams and ponds on just regular ice that's not maintained, that's not resurfaced, that's not even shoveled off, and they get out there and go skating with skates that are like this long, and they have a Nordic boot, a free heel boot. Like they have bindings you clip in. Like it's not like a skate that you go down to Target and buy, or an actual sporting goods store if you need pro gear or better gear. Like it's got a binding on a skate, and it's like, okay, now you've got my attention. Don't know what this is, and I've been watching. I'm like, you know what? I want to try this too. I don't think I've ever actually successfully been ice skating, but now I want to try this. I really do. So we'll be doing, I need Saturdays to do that too. If I'm going to be doing more in the field, I will probably need Saturday to do it, which is another reason the written content may be scaled back to do the field stuff, the actual skiing, because Ski Rex Media should be talking about skiing and snowboarding. If I'm talking about them, I should be doing them, not snowboarding, but skiing, and doing other snow sports and winter sports. I might need more time to do that. So some things are going to have to be, scaled back or done in a different schedule, or whatever it may be. Like this recorded Ski Rex Media podcast might become, instead of single topic, might become a news recap for the week. And then I don't have to necessarily do the daily news stories. Like, let me ask you, the three of you who are in here, Elissa and Travis and Bridget, do any of you read the daily news stories on the website, skirexmedia.com? Don't feel bad if you don't. That's not everybody's cup of tea. Believe me, because some of them are just quick, easy ones. Some of them are my blog posts that I put up, these personal things. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're stories. Sometimes see, Trav, he doesn't read them, which again is fine. Again, because there's people reading it. I just have to figure out who they are and why. I have when you post something on IG of interest. There you go. So she does of interest, which is fine too. That's the thing with journalism. That's my hardest time with it, because if you go to the other websites like Unofficial Networks or Snowbrains, they do, like, I do stuff outside of snow sports and skiing too. Like I try to keep it as geared towards mountain sports, outdoor sports, things like this as well, like mountain biking, hiking, so on and so forth. The ones I know something about, maybe like some animal stories or something just for the fun of it. But when it comes down to it, even I have trouble finding stuff that interests me. And if I'm not interested in it, number one, how well am I going to write about it? And number two, does that mean other people aren't really going to be interested in it? You know, the thing I have to think about is, can I have to try and get as much interest, because I'm not big like those other guys. So they can just throw out a whole bunch of fodder, throw it all downstream, see what happens, you know? Me, I have to try and be as do what I think is the most interesting, to draw the most eyes, to draw the most views, and then build the fan base, and so on and so forth. Just like you build anything. Someone else just popped in. Welcome, whoever just popped in, to the Ski Rex Media Virtual Opera Party and Virtual Opera Party season finale. So we are, like I said, changing some formats here throughout the year, and the written content may or may not be the one that's getting scaled back, in a way. And Sherry's here, so there you go. Now, wow, 3-1 women to men. Can you believe it? Like, that's amazing. The women are now ruling the audience, for the virtual opera party, which is kind of cool too. No more virtual opera sausage party. Not tonight. Not for the finale. Tonight the ladies are in his house. Just saying. So anyway. Yes, so Ski Rex Media. It is the season finale, because we are getting into the season. I want to do some more stuff outside and get out there, and I'm going to be out on the snow doing that skiing with the wonderful Indie Pass. And I definitely want to make a good showing for them, because I was talking to their Doug Fish, who runs that joint. He runs the Indie Pass. That's his thing. He's the founder. To plug other friends on the Highfalutin, the Highfalutin Ski Bum podcast, they just talked to him yesterday or the day before. Well, I don't know when they talked to him, but I think it went up today or the day before. They talked to him, the founder of the Indie Pass, and I might be able to work with them next season. Like, it was a little late for me to get in now, but next season, I might be working with, Indie Pass. So I can only hope, because those guys, they've liked some of the stuff I'm doing, and they made sure I could, I was able to get and do the Indie Pass giveaway, which you all saw. Well, not all of you, but most of you saw it, and you definitely knew about it. I told you about it, I think, and if I didn't, then I'm really losing it, and that's okay too. I hope I don't, but I might be, and I might be working with them. So I'm going to be out abusing that pass 2 days at every mountain. And I have so many of them less than 3 hours away. And I don't mind doing a 3-hour trip to drive to a mountain, ski all day, and then 3 hours back, which also comes around to, if I end up doing it on a Saturday, there's no way I will make it back in time to do this at 8 or even 9. I'd be doing this show at 10. Shit, we might as well push it to 11 or 11:30 at that point and do a late night show like, whoever does late night shows anymore. I was about to say Letterman, but he hasn't done a show in years, late night, or Leno for that matter. I think who's out there now? Kimmel and Fallon and Seth Meyers and that other dude who likes to do the singing bits, the guy with the glasses, and Trevor Noah, all those guys. Not a great bit of entertainment in my opinion. Definitely not a fan of late night anymore. And don't know if it would be successful here. And again, competing with Saturday, it's tough. It's tough to compete with Saturdays, especially since we're all getting them back. So we'll see. But we're going to be doing the virtual opera party next year when opera is over. And I hope we get to do some real opera this year. To take a big left turn in topics. I hope we get to do some opera this year. Opera has been one of those things that's for the most part canceled. Because of COVID-19. And I think that it's not going to stay canceled. Not like in the bars. I think that'll stay canceled. They don't want a lot of people in bars. They want a lot of people in restaurants, no nightclubs, none of that stuff. And no tailgating either. They're going to kick you out of the parking lot. Like, as soon as the lifts close, they want you in your car, packed up, and hell off the property. That's what they want. But that's not going to stop people from partying it up back at their condos and their hotels, I don't think. Unless they're going to have, like, security in there saying, come on, cut it out. Which in the hotels is one thing. In the condos is something else. Like, what people are doing at home is what they're doing at home. And there's really not much you can do about that. So there'll be some real opera going on this year. It might not be wild and loud and ruckus and overly social, but it will be done. And I hope I get to do a little too. At least just hanging out and growing the name, just handing stickers to people. Like here, Ski Rex Media, slap it on your car. And then people will know what Ski Rex Media is, and then they will visit skirexmedia.com, and then the name grows even more, and eventually Ski Rex Media will be able to do a late night program because I'll be as famous as Jay Leno. Excuse me. That's not true. I don't plan to be that famous. I don't think I'd want to be that famous with this. Like, it'd be nice to have a little, because obviously, you get the bigger you are, the better the interviews, the more people come in, the big old circle. That's how that works. That might be fun. But beyond that, I don't need to be famous. I like attention, but I don't need to be famous. That's for sure. And I don't need Billy the Kid looking at me and saying, "Yoo-hoo, I'll make you famous." From Young Guns, if you remember that. Actually, I think he said in Young Guns 2. Emilio Estevez. Just saying. So there you go. I think I've explained why this is the season finale 3 or 4 times, but we've had people jumping in and out of the program, so that's pretty good. Rob was here earlier. When Rob left, Alyssa came, and then when Alyssa came, Sherry came, and the females went up 3-1 on the males, so that's pretty good. Let's see, what else we have to talk about now. It is fall. We talked about peak foliage. That's done. Well, by Rob, he says it's just getting started in Pennsylvania, but up here it's done. So if you like leaf peeping, go to PA. Don't come to Vermont. Just, you can come up here if you want. Just, you're not going to see the leaves in the way you might see them in other places. We talked about Ski Rex Media's changes. Talked about Nordic skating. I will be trying that, so you never know. Actually, I should probably not try that. Come to think of it. Because while skiing, I am nervous about it because it's been a long time, and it's just like riding a bike. I know, but at the same time, still gonna have to get back into that groove. That's one thing, but doing something I don't know how to do and have not done successfully ever, like ice skating, and then taking it to a specific type of ice skating that's not on a resurfaced flat rink, that might be dangerous, and if I get hurt, then everything else is shot. So maybe I won't do that. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's something I do want to try. In fact, Monday, the written pieces will continue as far as I know. And I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something about the Nordic skating. I think that'll be fun to do. Just I'll just throw up one of the documentaries I watched and do a quick little review of that because that was kind of cool. I checked that out. Let's see. What else is there to talk about for the season finale? See, for the season finale, I don't have this big cliffhanger moment like on television, like on sitcoms or drama shows. They get to the season finale, and it's either they resolved all the conflict for that season, which we had no conflict. There was one conflict, and if you remember, with another Ski Rex Media fan, there was a little conflict, and that went away. So that was resolved. So we can't resolve that conflict. Let's see. There's no other drama on Ski Rex Media. Yeah, man. I think we're just going to end the season and say, we'll see you on the next one. Because we want our Saturdays back. And we need our Saturdays back in some cases to do bits and do other work for the Ski Rex Media live stream virtual operate party. But like I said, next year maybe we'll take it on the road. I don't know. Which is another reason why the written content might be taken back as the travel. Again, want to do some skiing since it is Ski Rex Media. Should probably be doing it. And to hit some of these, even the indie mountains, which are close by, it's still going to be full travel and ski days. So even to go down, even to go over to, for instance, even to go over to Suicide 6, it's 25 minutes away. It will probably be the first place I go outside this year. 25 minutes, that's only 25 minutes over there, but it's all day out, and then the 25 minutes back, and then having to go through and edit anything I do out there, whether it be some kind of bit for the audio podcast or the recorded podcast for the recap videos, all this stuff. All this behind the scenes stuff, and that's gonna take time. And I know I keep coming back to it. I'm sure it's getting annoying that I do, but like I said, people are jumping in and out. But I think since we've had our hour, and I know not everybody's had the hour, since we've been going for an hour, take these off here. We'll probably start to wrap it up here in a minute. But I thank you guys for being part of the Ski Rex Media live stream and virtual après party 1 through 22, the first season. I thank you guys for checking it out. I thank you for the support. If you think back to the very first one, and pretty much everybody who's here, all 4 of you, was probably on that first one. Appreciate it. Bye from Ocean City, Maryland. There you go. So Ocean City, that's a cool town. I've actually never been there, but I've been past there. Well, you're welcome. And like I said, thank you for hanging out and enjoying this, if you did, for 22 episodes. And like I said, go back to the very first one. I was so nervous to do it, even though I had been doing the podcast. Mind you, that's recorded. So if I biff too bad, I can edit it out. I can do whatever. This is live, and this is really me. And this is just kind of, sometimes it has a topic, sometimes it's off the cuff. Sometimes we have a topic and don't stick to it. But I do appreciate I do appreciate those who did stick with it, who stuck through it. I really enjoyed doing it. I'm going to enjoy doing it next year. I'm going to enjoy the new bits. I hope you guys enjoy the new bits. Just as another bit that I'm going to do, and I think somebody, it was one of you all, I think, who suggested it or said they'd be into it. It might have been Alyssa. I might do a quick a couple part documentary of my personal ski history, go down to where I started skiing when I was 12, and then like Mount Snow where I worked, and do a couple other bits, see if I can get down to Camelback. Maybe we'll do that. Plus, again, another reason why I wanted to kind of curtail or cut back on the written news stories and stuff, and work on the blog pieces, is because then I can work on the other things. I have a couple of fiction stories that I want to work on. One I haven't really worked out yet, and the second one is a science fiction story, which I kind of have worked out in my head, but we'll see. So thank you all for supporting this and doing this. And I know, some of you who have watched this have bought merch. I know you all got stickers. I know you've pushed the program. I know you've talked about it, shared stuff on your own social media pages, and done all that, and really enjoyed it. And we'll start again. And like I said, the virtual après live stream will probably, there will be other live events probably, or live things done throughout the year. But for the most part, we're going to be doing other bits. And thank you for saying thanks. You're very welcome. I have enjoyed it. Before you all go, and before I go, and again, I'm sorry, Sherry and Alyssa, that you got here when you did. Like I said, I wish I could push it to 2 hours, but I don't think I can. So you get your hour as well. But I really enjoyed it. Please please continue to like and subscribe and watch and follow Ski Rex Media. Watch the bits over the year. I think some of them are going to be good. Some of them may or may not be. I don't know, but I hope you continue to enjoy what I produce, what I put out, what I write. Thank you for doing so. Please hit the like button before you go out too. So that way, if people are going to watch the replay, they see other people like it, they'll try and look at it too. And as I always say, if you go into the description, you see all the links for the social media, the email, the Patreon, all the different places, so many places to listen to the podcast now. If you use listen to the audio version as opposed to watching the video version, they're exactly the same, except obviously one is video, one is not. And we are even the Ski Rex Media podcast now is even on Amazon Music. So if you have an Alexa device or an Echo device, you should just be able to say, hey, play the Ski Rex Media podcast, or Alexa, play the Ski Rex Media podcast, and it should come up for you. Haven't tried that yet. Definitely going to try that. I know one person who has an Alexa, and believe me, second I'm down at her house, I'm going to make her bust it out, and we're going to try it because it's going to be fun. All right. So thank you guys. Thank you for sitting with me for another hour on a Saturday night. Go enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of the content. I will talk to you all later. And again, Wednesday will be a new podcast, written content. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to change the top post to just a bunch in case you missed a post, because the top post thing isn't working the way I want it to. All right. So thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you out there, hopefully on the hill. And Alyssa, like I said, I'll tell them you're from here. Don't even have to worry about those quarantine rules. We'll take care of it. All right. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you. And we'll pick this back up in the spring. Bye.